Hi, this is Sydney, and I am here to talk us through it for Monday, March 24th, 2025. It is the moon's day, and we have a lot going on this week, including a solar eclipse at the end of this week. And so I feel like we will feel like we have jumped into a portal pushing us forward, especially when we start with Monday. So today has a lot of good working aspects for getting a lot of things done. And so if you're the type of person that writes like a task list, write it in the morning and then just really work diligently on getting your goals accomplished. The moon is in Capricorn until about 8:30 a.m. when it enters Aquarius. And so use those boss babe vibes to push you into a Monday, a good working Monday. At 8 a.m., we have that moon in Cap sextile Neptune in Pisces. And so this is a good dreamscape option, right? This is a good vision board option. This is writing the task list in order to make our dreams and visions, illusions come true. At 8:07, we have the moon, sesqui square Jupiter in Gemini. Now, this may have us feeling a bit anxious and overwhelmed with the options and information that we have coming towards us, and we're like, we can't get it all done. What am I supposed to do? And I don't want this to allow you to get kind of frozen in a sense of frustration, because we have a lot going on this week. So you just need to take a breath, put on your big girl panties, and just chill out for a couple hours, because even that, after that frustrating moment, which is so brief, we have the moon entering Aquarius. And we like that because the moon has this ability to detach in Aquarius. So it can kind of go a little bit above and like surface level around the things that it's feeling, and like looking at other people, taking other people's needs in consideration. One of the things that I always remember with the Aquarius is this quote: the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. So this is a community minded moon. This is a moon that is, looking for its utopian vision to and trying to implement that, or needing to work on implementing that for itself, or really for other people. Now, 11:46 a.m., we have a great working aspect with the moon in Aquarius sextile Venus in Aries. This is working for value, right? This can be an aspect that allows us to reconsider our ideas around value, beauty, glamour, how we connect with other people, how we do relationships and how we show up in relationships, and maybe perhaps allows us to understand the needs of other people in relationships, because we have the Aquarius principle. There is a working kind of movement to this because we do have Venus retrograde in Aries, Aries being a passionate, intuitive, instinctive sign that is, really looking out for itself right now, and it wants to pioneer forward. And Aquarius doesn't mind that at all, right? It wants its freedom too. It's just a type of freedom that is allowed for all other people as well. So I think with this aspect, this kind of allows us to see a vision going forward for ourselves in the ways that we value, and we want to implement those things. The biggest aspect of the day that we do have is at 12:48 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we have the Sun conjunct Mercury retrograde in Aries at 4 degrees, and this is Cazimi. So when the Sun and Mercury conjunct, and Mercury is pretty comfortable being in combustion under the beams in conjunct with the Sun, because it can never go within or without a certain amount of degrees from the sun, and so it's more comfortable than other planets being combust or conjunct, and definitely Cazimi. So when a planet is Cazimi, it's sitting with the king, and the sun is exalted in Aries, which is fantastic. Now, it's Lord right now. Mars is out of bounds, and he's not necessarily behaving very well right now, because he is definitely in his detriment. But we do have, Mercury and the sun both sitting together, and Mercury's the way Mercury is, or how it's been behaving, or what it's been doing, right? It's been speaking too quick, right? It's been thinking too quick. It's maybe been jumping to conclusions a little bit too quick. But this impulsivity, right? Or the detrimental qualities of what Mercury in Aries is doing is being burned away by sitting at the heart of the sun, sitting with the king, having his ear with the king saying, okay, I can, maybe behave a little bit better. And this is just part of Mercury's journey, because Mercury is still going to retrograde back into Pisces. Because he is retrograde, he's still moving back. So he's still like, okay, I'm going to get this golden shower bath, right, of light, burning away what I don't need for the rest of my journey back. And then he's going to come forward again. They're going to have another little meeting, be like, did you learn something back there? What do you got? Oh, you picked up some stuff you didn't need. We'll burn it away again. Cool. That's great. But for now, this is a beautiful moment, I think, if you were going to need to have like a really important conversation, or if you need to have an important conversation or ask some really important questions, you have the possibility of really getting down to the nitty-gritty of it, because Mercury is so pure in this moment. So I dig it. Later on, the moon in Aquarius is going to conjunct Pluto, and this brings an intensity of feeling and of emotion. We feel very passionate about our, vision of the people and our society and how we want to show up in it and how we want it to go and the kind of freedoms that are allowed for people, right? And we could just be feeling really, really intense. And that's okay. Intensity isn't bad. We just need to know that it's coming so we can be prepared for it. So be prepared for big, big feelings. Now, we do have the moon after that conjunction to Pluto is going to sextile the sun. So it goes and reaches out its hand to the sun and says, hey, let's have a little conversation. I got my needs, which are really everybody's needs, and you got your needs, but I think that we can have a conversation and make it work together. And the sun's like, maybe we could have a little conversation here about freedom, the thing that we both love. Very cool. Now, at 5:08 p.m., we do have the moon will sextile that Mercury in Aries. So it'll be like, hey, what did you learn when you were sitting with the king? Right? And the moon is going to hear what Mercury has to say and be like, okay, cool. Like now we're we're able to work with this. We can do this going forward. We're going forward into the future, this Aries principle. So there's a nice moment of being able to have good conversations. The conversations are flowing. We're able to talk freely about how we're feeling and what our principles are. This is a good time. But in the evening, if you can go to bed before this, I would. 11:39 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we have the moon in Aquarius, semi-square that Saturn in Pisces. And so this is like a it's almost as if we hit a little bit of a break in our plans to move forward. So it could feel a little bit frustrating or stuck, or like we need to kind of revisit what we decided that we were going to implement in order to move forward. So yeah, that's Monday. Get shit done. And I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Hey, thank you for listening to today's Astro Weather with me. I'm Sydney. As a reminder, I'm always open to seeing both new and my beloved returning clients. My website is ddastrology.com. That is D as in dog, astrology.com to check me out, and just click the email buttons in order to schedule with me. If you're into a more conversational feel with your podcast and content, I have a podcast called BS Astrology with my fellow Mercurial Mommy Bender, and we put out episodes every Sunday for the week. Just search BS Astrology on YouTube or wherever you enjoy listening to your podcasts, including Spotify, Audible, and more. Have a good day.